Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's continue The Witcher 3. This is part 45. I'm doing Blood and Wine DLC, and in the previous part I did a couple of quests related to just the main quest. I did the La Cage aux Fous. La Cage aux Fous in the previous part. I continue this quest. Now we're visiting some place. Tessamutna ruins. I also did some random quest with elves somewhere there, over there somewhere, I don't know where. And that's about it.
Victim's been disemboweled, intestines ripped clear out. Scurvers have gnawed on this corpse, repeatedly.
I know that there are some stats here, so I'm afraid that I might not have enough of space in my inventory. Because there is a heavy set here, which looks pretty good. I'm not gonna use it, but it looks very interesting. Husbandry and
Human
care.
husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. More suspect than it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
He who serves the tribe, exalted above man, I renounce human weakness. Oh, well.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
Wow.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlough's. We both remained in this part of the world.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
You said this full set with 3 items gives you kill an opponent's restore vitality. The amount of vitality restored equals 1% of the maximum vitality for each element of the set worn. Currently that amount is 0%. Tessamutna Steel Sword. There are more than 3 items, but there are only 3. It feels kinda weird. It gives more armor. Though this steel sword gives you 100% armor piercing. Plus a lot of 15% chance to stun, 15% critical chance to cause bleeding, 75% critical hit damage bonus. It feels better than Iris.
Cells? Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Whose is this cliff?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Some glyphs stay red, but some get yellow. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Who are you? My name is Alex Viscount. Viscount? I'm not sure. Why is all your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir? No. I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It's a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I have carried out tests in my laboratory on people, and I discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So fear would be similar to pain? No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh yes, what you say is very interesting. I think I will have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean examine? I mean examine. Take it out and subject it to a proper examination. But sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience. But it was not me who created your species, and I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. The conversation was carried out in human language. In such it was written down. The transcription does not need translating. Ooh, look, I found gauntlets. But what's interesting is that there are only 3. You only need 3 items, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the sword and 6 with the mask. You see. So they kinda imply that you can use a sword and a mask and some other heavy thing, but what? They look kinda similar. I can use a sword, a mask, and become an executioner. Oh man. 1% of maximum vitality for each element of the set sword, of the set worn. So I can go up to 6%, but 3% is fine as well. Look at this execution. He looks awful. Wow. Wow. Actually, I don't really need that. I got Art, I got Igni, I got healing potions. I got a lot of skill points that I didn't use. I forgot about them. 7 or 10? I'm actually curious. 10. Wow. Well, let's improve something. 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. Useless for now, probably. 3, 3, 3. Synergy. Killing spree. All mutagen decoctions 100%. On detonation, bombs separating explosive fragments kinda useless. Hunter instincts. Okay. I have everything, right? Right. Okay. By level 42, I actually... No, I didn't improve anything. I still got a lot of skills that I can improve. Well.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
This mask looks awful. I don't want it.
Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
Some reason this music reminds me the intro music from Harry Potter. Which one? The last one? Or the Half-Blood Prince? Or the fifth one? Probably the last one. Part 1 maybe? Or part 2? I'm not sure.
When I think how these tunnels got here...
It was
Shivers.
the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
That's interesting. Wow. I wanted to use some potions. But what kind of potions? Let's use... Attacking a Spectre prevents it from using its abilities and turning material. Spectres, aka ghosts, right? This is bad. Like, the first part, okay, until he meditates, but or fast travels, it's kinda weird. It's great to use water hack decoction with Igni or something, so you can always stay protected at full health. But Igni, Quen I mean. But I'm more of an Igni and Ard user, so... like this decoction. Forktail. This is like magical vitality. I can use 4 decoctions. Oh, look at that. Performing actions that consume stamina regenerates vitality. So basically when you use science you get regenerated, like a magical vampirism or something. Up to an upper limit. What is the limit? Let's use Forktail decoction, then we'll see. What else can I take? Thunderworld is not bad, but it's not long enough. This one is not bad as well. Advanced Golden Aureole. I'm preparing like I'm gonna meet the final boss, you know. That's not the case. It's not the final boss. It's just random creatures. That's it. I just decided to drink something because I'm not drinking tea today, so at least I'm drinking something in the game.
Done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Now it makes sense. La cage au fou. The cage for crazy. He's crazy, this is the cage. Makes sense.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also my head started spinning.
that the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please.
We just smelled the blood. Good, because I can hear more coming. Hold on, I'll let you out. Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you. Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Very a very noble vampire, you know.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Excuse me. Actually, let me take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting.
Sir,
Council.
you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Detlef? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Detlef had made friends with him. Still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse. Cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Detlef I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Detlef. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Detlef. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Detlef first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Detlef.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
it's actually quite interesting, the situation with the experience, because at the end of the Witcher 3, you see, no matter the quest, I even enabled the enemy upscaling, but apparently enemy upscaling doesn't really work for quests. So the vast majority of quests that I did, they gave me 1 experience, so I wasn't leveling up. But here, they give me experience, and it's great. See, you make a couple of quests and you already level up, and they give you a lot of experience actually. I barely hear any music. Not sure why.
Oh, we thought I was young.
The bells.
You'll not find wood here. Not paying the
What are you selling exactly?
Top quality dyes. Guaranteed to produce intense colors that never bleed.
None for me, thanks.
What do you mean? Even the best warrior must look kempt, care for his appearance. For example, he might favor bright colors to stand out from the crowd, or dark to slip unseen through his lover's window by night.
Usually focus on armor's other attributes. Color's not so important. But I guess there's some sense to what you say.
There certainly is. Please, peruse and purchase. You shall not be disappointed.
Fine. Show me what you got. Gotta go. So long.
Nothing interesting.
Life invoking idea. Death.
Spittoon! Hospital! Evalus!
Mama's too hot for a belly this big. What was that?
Caught you, you little fart!
That is the problem, kind sirs.
This mud.
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you!
You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
His father.
His father, and you won't touch him. I won't let you.
Oh, poppycock. I knew his father. A grifter, a cheat, just like his brood.
I'll teach him honesty. He'll not leave muck at our shop door just to draw patrons to his own stall! So back away, drifter.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well. Which is all the same to me.
Circle him! Your legs!
Circle him! Teach you to help scofflaws and cheats!
Bubsy! It's not allowed. That kind of eating feast is over.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business.
And poor.
Come on.
Wow.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow, so what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stamp. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
No way. Not about to contribute to your shady venture. You'll tell me what you know, for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
Simply drive off that sort of rapper in a snap.
I should have given him some money, but he just used Axie. I just can't. I can't resist. Seriously, Axie. It's just. It makes miracles. Axie is something else. Seriously, the sign. Universal solution. When you have problems.
Red door. One the boot black mentioned. Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Dettlaff, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Actually curious whether Dettlaff is able to communicate with crows the way Regis is doing that.
He here? Sense him?
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
Because there are a lot of crows over there on the roof and everywhere.
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
Eviction notice. Due to the non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopkeeping purposes, the Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant, Alric de Samp, to vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice shall cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. The length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's Court. Bailiff Victor Lamel. Probably start reading in French because I'm not sure how to pronounce certain things in English.
Somebody fixed this recently.
French words in English, I mean.
Puppets rather disturbing.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
Wow.
Attic, let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around.
Suspicious letter.
Detlaff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlaff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detlaff yourself.
Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
What's funny is that it's always about girls, you know. Guys are doing some crazy things because something can happen to their loved ones or something, or their lovers or whatever. It's just so funny, or mothers or sisters or whatever.
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will. I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Detlaff grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Detlaff's anger could frighten anyone off, though most who see it get no chance to flee.
Detlaff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detlaff is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renawed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renawed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals,
Triss, not Yennefer.
they mean nothing to him.
I'm with Triss.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
Certain things adapt in the game, but other things do not adapt. And in this case, for example, the game didn't adapt to the fact that Geralt chose Triss in the main game.
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. That Renawed?
I don't know. As I said, I never met her.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though. Tools were used recently. Dettlaff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter, all of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite, rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire, but I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Dettlaff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Dettlaff's innocence, clearly.
Innocence. As innocent as you can be by killing other people just to save your someone you love. I'm not sure. It's something good.
Actually, it is. Dettlaff's being manipulated. Some lunatics turned him into a tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renawed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or ticks will thus lose hold on Dettlaff.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Dettlaff? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Dettlaff and I both.
Need to save another level. Oh boy, I'm leveling up so fast.
It matters not that a man
We've
has
seen the
been
big man of
murdered
Gatcher is
if
threatened
he
by the
never
very means
knew
of some
what
cultural introduction.
Let's go.
Sure, go on. Drink up.
Here's some free advice, Witchman. If you've no reason to live, lift your spider. Witcher!
This place really looks like a paradise. Sunny. I mean, always sunny, you know, wine and all those. I mean, the city is kind of, it looks good as well, and all these landscapes. So it's kind of interesting, you know.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
The north must be a temple barbaric land.
As close in the veins of this.
The Duchess summoned him. I wonder what for.
It's a doze off.
Someone said this, was it Geralt or something? I think it was Geralt. Before starting Blood and Wine DLC, he said that it's a place. This place looks like out of a fairy tale or something. It's something like that. See, if something bad happens, it's super like awful and horrible. But otherwise everything is fine. The weather, the views, the people. I'm not sure what to report. I need to think about it. Because the thing is...
That's it, Roach.
Because the thing is...
Take it easy.
I think depending on your answer, you might have different... possibilities of the outcome. So I need
And what
to...
of the funeral?
We'll see.
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Found the beast of Beauclair. Just couldn't kill it.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Adamarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different, unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats, others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catechans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop!
My dear.
In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap.
You got a funny
Benoit,
accent,
can you determine which wine made this stain?
but I'm not sure it's a French one.
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saar too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint-Réal, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Revello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint-Réal was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint-Réal. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken.
Benoit.
If he says it's Saint-Réal, it is Saint-Réal. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
boy. I don't know. These random French things, names and stuff. I don't know why it's so funny. The stereotypes. Oh boy. Oh, that's crazy.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
It's Mimi, but she's being so bossy and I absolutely dislike it, man. But whatever. They're riding like normal human beings and I have a head on the left side of my horse. It's just hanging in there.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Wine sacred. Wow. Wine sacred.
Hunters have attacked the wagon.
Hey there.
We must help.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this.
Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
The damage, no damage.
Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone! Help! Save us!
That's slow-mo. Oh boy.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate you happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Wow. I'm not sure why is this. Is it because of the... Because it was some kind of a counter-attack, so... Is it because of the skill? But which one? Not sure. I'm really not sure. Somewhere here? There's some time slow, but I'm not sure where is it. Yeah. I'll find it later, maybe.
Tell me more about this vineyard, Castel Ravello.
It's the best in Ortusa. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it, Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant, could be the steward, could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
This situation is actually interesting because, well, we'll see, but they'll make an investigation.
Slow
of a
down.
curious case of corruption.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed?
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabrizio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Sonreal?
I am at your service.
It's almost like Sonreal, Montreal. Wow. All these French things are just so funny. You know, when you interact with people here on the streets, people are speaking normally, but why in these video games it sounds so funny? I don't know why. Maybe it's just because they're mixing English and French. Maybe in French, if I change the language of the game from English to French, it will be less funny. But but I don't know. It's like a one big meme.
The Sonreal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
It's funny because his remark, like, I see that you, with this little bit snob vibe or arrogant vibe, saying that girl doesn't know much. It's actually funny because Geralt maybe doesn't know much, but he doesn't. I suppose he doesn't care much. And I was thinking of it, and I was like, I don't know much about how certain people make wine. I don't really care. I'm not drinking it. I'm not interested in it. And even for example, I like, I don't know, apple or grape juice. I don't really care how they do that. I just like drinking it. I'm not really into studying it. But that's funny because I have seen some people who are really some French people that I know that are really into, you know, studying all those sorts of wine and how you should drink it, smell it, and all those things. I couldn't care less. Seriously, whatever, man. I don't care. This crazy and mind blowing. And it's funny because there's something that, I mean, people are not really mocking me, but it's something that it's a kind of funny situation when people ask me, do I want cheese or wine? And I say no, I don't really like it. And people are like, you're living in France, man, but you're not eating cheese nor you're drinking wine. About wine, okay, because it's an alcoholic beverage, but cheese, you know, that's funny. I mean, I can eat it, but I do not particularly. I guess it's a matter of habitude. Maybe it will, because a lot of things change with time, and I can say that for sure. Because, for example, before I didn't really like bell pepper. I didn't really eat it, and my mom was cooking it before and making salads and stuff, but I didn't really eat it. I didn't really like it. But over the time, I actually kind of certain things changed, and I started eating it. So our tastes evolve over our life for everyone. It's not only me. During our lives, a lot of things change, and that's great, probably. You see. But I don't know whether it will change for cheese and other things. Probably it's about wine or other alcoholic beverages. I'm fine not drinking them. Cheese, I don't know. I tasted a lot of different sorts of cheese, but I mean, they're cool, they're fine, but I don't feel the kind of the need to eat it. And it's funny because when you eat something sweet, a dessert or something, I feel that I like the taste. You see, I feel like they're all different, and it feels more kind of attractive. While cheese for me, it's I'm kind of neutral about it. I can eat it. And I'm eating cheese mostly like when it's melted, I guess, in different when you prepare some kind of a dish. But eating it like that with bread, like it's like a lot of French people do eat. I'm not really into it, and it's funny. Because how can you detect a foreigner in France? He's not. They're not eating cheese. Though it's funny actually because my mom, she, at some point she started eating different sorts of cheese. And she tried wine and stuff, but I don't feel the necessity to eat cheese, which is. I really like bakeries here, baguettes and stuff, but cheese is probably not my style. Though I absolutely adore baguettes and croissants and stuff, they're amazing. But a cheese and cheese, kinda. Well, we'll see. I'm actually curious how it will be in 10 years or 15 years, whether something will change or not.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Her accent's not a French accent. French speak differently. I tried to imitate that accent. But
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
This is, so I'm not sure what her accent is. She doesn't really sound French. And what's funny is that the way she speaks, her mimics, with her kind of hands and stuff, you see, and with her voice, you can notice the difference. But her face, kind of, it felt kind of rocky. It didn't really move. It was very kind of stable, and it's kind of weird to see. It will probably change in The Witcher 4 and stuff. It's already way better in Red Dead Redemption 2, but obviously it's not a Red Dead Redemption. It's not the same company. So CD Projekt Red is not a Rockstar Games. But you know, when she's kind of shouting, but her face stays absolutely kind of normal as usual.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it. I have a feeling we'll find something awry.
I feel like she sounds more...
I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
I feel like she got more Italian accent. No, maybe not Italian. But that's a weird accent. That's definitely not French. French speaks something. Not all French, of course, but some French speak like. Hello, I'm from France. I like to eat baguette. And I don't speak English well. Something like that. That's the best I can approach to this accent, obviously. I didn't have it, so I have a different probably kind of accent. We all have accents, but that's the best I could
got Pomino over
reproduce. The best reproduction I could make.
Fiorano, Dandelion's favorite, adores it.
Ah, yes, that sophisticated palate of his.
Est. Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
I collected a lot of bottles of wine and I didn't know what to do with them.
Sonreal, 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Sonreal, Montreal. Wow, that's the correct pronunciation. Ooh.
Sonreal. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
Close, but not quite.
Right here, 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
It's great that at least, given how she's been bossy, at least she explains normally without being arrogant.
Full. Full. This one's full too. Full. This one's full too.
Something's wrong.
Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sonreal? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
Why am I not able to? I could... Okay.
Ready.
Step aside.
So?
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is Sonreal. Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
He is very bossy, rude, and...
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sonreal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrin aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
Wine itself, how'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
High treason? It's good that I'm not in such situation because I'd abandon anything, you see. Sense of pride? A nobleman without property or something? What? I mean, don't get me wrong, this is why I told you in the very beginning that it's a very kind of curious case of corruption. He wanted some money and stuff, and so he decided to sell it to someone for a big amount of money. That's bad. But throw him to dungeon for a treason? What? This is why this kind of land looks like a fairy tale, but at the same time the kind of corruption is not outside, it's inside. Look how Anna Henrietta reacts. She's been too harsh. He made a mistake? No problem, you just fire him. But throw him to dungeon? High treason? What? She's mad. She's completely mad. It's not normal. And why would someone want to interact with such rulers? I would never want to interact with such rulers. The best people are people who are calm, patient, and adequate. That's not her case. I mean, she seems fine while everything is fine, but when Geralt came back and said, I don't have any news, we hired you to kill the beast, and you are coming back without any news. Like, relax, man, what is wrong with you? That's awful. Whatever.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal. Relax. Now we wait.
Our favorite vintner. It's not him.
The helmets. It looks like Spanish. The same helmets had Spanish conquistadors. No? No.
We've got to go at him together. Together!
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Who hired you? ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
I'm not making any side quests. I'll finish the Blood and Wine very soon.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Oatville, as she says. The I City? Wow. Anna Henrietta will consider appropriate for the soiree. Chic. Wow. I probably won't have enough time for this quest. I can start it, of course, but there are some random quests here and there. Maybe I can make them. Maybe I can find something. Blood and wine. Blood and wine. Random notice boards. Do I even have something? Ooh, I got a lot of secondary quests. Night for Hire. Wine Wars. Let's visit Guillaume. I was actually, at some point I was thinking about these names, and because a lot of names got equivalents in other languages, and so the French Guillaume, I didn't really like it, but Spanish Guillermo, it sounds better.
The price on his head? It's him! Get it! Don't let him gain momentum!
Now keep calm.
Damn my luck!
No, they're real.
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
There's no notice.
Keep calm.
No, there's no
Start
notice.
no pros.
Track on the Witcher. It's great because usually when I meet these guys, the previous times that I played this game, I've met them, I think, one-on-one or something. I had to kill everyone, and now there were guards. Finally, guards are doing something. They actually killed 3 people. I'm impressed. That's very impressive.
Witcher, I've a matter of prime urgency and import.
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A curse, perhaps.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it. I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic and knows no one she could turn to for help.
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivienne shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivienne emerged from it, I too emerged, ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
notice any other strange behavior, additional symptoms?
No, Vivienne's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Tell me more about Vivienne. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivienne spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivienne, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivienne.
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher. Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
Marksmanship. Feel a need to do some shooting.
Come with me.
Wow.
The marksmanship contest shall pit you against another for the best time and score. He who hits all his targets first wins.
Hope my aim's as good as that Cupid's who shot you.
Sometimes when you speak, I miss the meaning entirely.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Wow. You know, it's funny because I couldn't disagree more. There are a lot of guys who really think the same way as he does. That when he said, but what if... what did he say? What love is if not a war or a battle or something?
Hit the red targets!
No. Oops.
Once more?
Done enough shooting.
Where to now? If you wish to know my thoughts, were I you, I would train on the race course ahead of all else.
Let's do some riding. Roach will like that.
Excellent idea. Come with me.
A lot of guys think this way, and I feel like it's a big problem.
The tourney's race differs from others you might have taken part in. You shall not ride against any opponent.
How's it a race at all, then?
It's a race against time. The true track begins in the arena, runs round the tourney grounds, then finishes again in the arena. The training track, however, lies beyond the arena. We shall go there now.
Loth, son of Mark, alias Halfred, or else provide proof of his passing. And I think it's a big problem in actual society because, I mean, I understand why it happens. Like, girls and guys are super different. Guys' existence is very different from girls' existence. If we as guys do not approach girls, girls are not gonna approach us. I'm speaking about normal guys. Normal, average guys. I'm not speaking about some either super rich or super attractive guys. Though the vast majority of girls who approach them, they're not really interested in them. It's not about personality and stuff. It's usually, you know, all those memes about gold diggers and stuff. Whatever. But you see, if we as guys don't do something, it happens sometimes. I know a couple, I don't know whether they're still together or not, but a girl approached a guy and she kind of took everything, took this business in her hands, and she made the first move and stuff. It happens. But in the vast majority of cases, those are exceptions. And so if we as guys don't approach a girl, then probably nothing's gonna happen. But at the same time, you see, the problem is that a lot of guys, they kind of abuse with this idea that, well, if it's not a combat, a fight for your love, for your happiness and stuff, then what it is. And so they go too far, and it's a big problem. You see, they go too far, and not only it annoys certain girls, but it becomes uncomfortable for just everyone else around. They're being very kind of pushy, you see. If you approach a girl and she tells you no, then no, it's no. You shouldn't try to convince her or play these mind games. Don't need to play any mind games. If the person tells you no, then it means it's...
We have ceased to succor our ancient traditions!
Baseness reigns where virtue once ruled!
If the person says no before actually speaking with you, then clearly this person ain't worth your time. Because all adequate and mature people, they just speak. They speak in order to discover whether this person might be interested or not. If the person doesn't even give you a chance to speak and says no, then clearly it's a red flag. It's either this, or if the person says no, then the person is just not interested, or that girl has a boyfriend or something like that. So, and that's what I feel like a lot of guys are not being taught. No, it's no. Get over and move on. Don't waste your time on people who are clearly not interested. And that's what a lot of guys do. They are like, no, I only like this girl. There are 8 billion people on Earth. Let's I think there are more females than males, but let's just divide it on half and half, so 50-50. So there are 4 billion girls in the world and 4 billion boys. How can you like only this person? You haven't spoken with other people. You don't know how they are. Maybe you'll find someone better. For every strong person, there is someone who's stronger. For every intelligent person, there is someone who's more intelligent. For every beautiful person, there is someone who is more beautiful. So saying that, oh, no, I only like this girl, that's foolish. That's silly.
All is ready. Now listen, for it can be quite a challenge. Along your route stand dummies and targets. The dummies you may cut with your blade. The targets you must hit from your crossbow. The time you have to complete the course shall increase each time you land a strike, be it with blade or bolt. It may sound simple enough, yet I've seen many a knight fail this contest and hang his head in shame. During the race proper, judges throughout the course shall tally your points. For now you may ride unperturbed by those matters.
But I didn't touch it. Oh, okay. Wait, what? That is weird. Whatever, yes. What do they want me to do with this? This thing.
Hey there. So, have you had enough, or do you wish to ride again?
Had enough. Rather not wear my horse down before the real race.
Where to now?
Be nice to swing, do some footwork, work up a sweat.
Very well. We shall practice infantry combat, one-on-one. Each knight opts for his own method. Rainfarn, for instance, fights halberd in hand. Come with me. You will team with other knights to fight. The clash simulates a true skirmish during battle. Come the end, you shall fight a duel. It will determine your place on the podium. I always liked the duels the best, but now I can think only of my Vivian. In the end, it is good you will replace me. I sense I would simply be distracted this time.
Monsters, wildcats, bandits, trample all, for I come!
Some guys are too obsessed with girls. Whatever, man. In my opinion, that's a very childish thing.
Monsters, wildcats, bandits,
Leave us
trample all,
alone.
for I come!
A proper adult relationship, it's when two people respect each other and love each other. But it's not one person loves and is ready to fight some monsters and another person is like, oh yes, please. No, you're a couple, you're partners. It's a little bit like in that phrase, you know, partners in crime. Obviously, you shouldn't do any crime, but you're partners in anything, whatever happens, in any situation. Not, oh, I'm gonna kill a beast. And she's like, yeah, go on, my prince, go, knight, defend me.
Hail, Percy. You must know I've embarked on a quest of
Whatever,
wonder.
whatever.
A horde
Strange.
of challenges awaits.
sounds compelling. Would you betray the nature of the quest in question? Stand at the center of the training ground. A knight will approach and challenge you.
The Knight's Codex commands constant improvement. You chose poorly, Witcher! No mercy!
What now, you piece of filth?
Do you wish to practice fighting a moment longer?
Think I've seen enough. Sorry to be blunt, but the simplest Witcher contract demands more skill than this kind of combat.
Now you must go to the inscription tent. Honor and glory are all true and good, but your scrolls must be in order.
Well, this is the end for now.
Returned from his days at war, yet the last for whom he
This is the end for now. And this is the end of part 45, and I will continue very soon with this random quest and the main quest as well. I think this quest is quite long, because then we'll have to discover what she's really like and stuff, and we'll have to help her, so it will take quite some time, I think. But we'll see. We'll see then in the next part. That's it for now.